Welcome, everyone, to the MVP Open, presented by GK Pro and the Disc Golf Pro Tour. We're in round 2 here at Maple Hill in Leicester, Massachusetts. I'm Sarah Hokom, here with Kona Panis to call the action.
Alright everyone, so yesterday we had our awesome feature card, and it's pretty much the same, except now we have Innova-sponsored Lisa Fajkus, so I'm excited to see everyone throw these shots. I think we're going to see a little bit cleanup. Everybody always does better on the second round, so excited for these ladies.
Yeah, it's all knotted up at the top. I'm at -4, Kat is 1 behind, Paige is 2 behind, and Lisa is 1 behind, and this is going to be quite a matchup here. We even have on our second card Holly, Haley, Missy, Heather, Jess, and Vanessa. A couple of those at the top could certainly make a move and jump up to the leaderboard for the final round.
Alright, hole 1, 720 feet. We're either going to see some women hyzer out left to just stay safe if they can't make it over the lake, but some of our bombers, which I'm assuming on the lead card we're going to see some, are going to try and land right here in this road area, either going for the green if they're feeling it or laying up to the mouth right here. The green is surrounded by OB, so the touch upshot is super important, making sure you get right by the basket for a simple par 4 on our starting hole.
Welcome to the 2020 MVP Open. We are live on the tee, teeing off first from Caldwell,
Here's Steve
Idaho,
Dodge, he's our
shooting
tournament
a
director.
57.
He actually used to
Sarah
be
Hokom.
the CEO of our Disc Golf Pro Tour, so he kind of started everything.
Winds are light and variable today. There's a little bit of wind on these first couple of holes, but primarily the conditions are really good. We are in the low 70s, high 60s. Throwing a relativity here. I wanted that to be a little further right into the road, but I'm still in the short Christmas trees
Second
and I
on the
made it over the
card,
pond.
From Pipestone, Minnesota, shooting a 58, Catrina Allen.
Kat flexing her D2. Big shot. Ends up in the Christmas trees. But, you know, there's so many Christmas trees, it's pretty hard to not end up in the Christmas trees.
Yeah, she'll
Plano,
probably lay up
Texas,
to the mouth.
shooting a
You can't really
59,
go for like 3
Paige
if you're pinching
Pierce.
off like that.
We have yet to see a 3 on this hole in competition so far this weekend. So we'll see if this is the day.
Looked like it came out a little high for Paige, but she throws pretty far, so that's still a great shot.
Paige with a Zeus, and not as far as she's been getting up the fairway,
Rounding
but
out our
on the
lead card
road.
on
So
day 2 of
sometimes
the
position
MVP
is better
Open
than
from
length.
Round Rock, Texas, shooting a 60, Lisa Fajkus.
Lisa going with a shrike. You can see that nice turn. A little bit low, and she'll be a little bit right, but she cleared the pond, and she will probably have a nice layup to the mouth.
It's a little bit more left than you would like. It definitely pinches off the upshot to the basket. She might throw like a flex forehand.
Yeah, it's tight into that gap from that angle. I'm throwing up left with a shock, just looking to lay up to the gap.
You got that upshot down. Round 1, you did the
13
same thing.
years, baby. Should have seen the other 12. Paige, with her soul, doesn't quite get the turn she wants. Heading for OB, but she throws it low enough that she gets to kick off the rocks and is in great position to get up and down for her 4. Kat with an X1 sidearm. She's maneuvering these pine trees, which they will definitely kick your disc down, and she gets a putt.
Wow.
We might see our first 3 here.
Wow.
Lisa, just like you called it, throwing the little approach sidearm and executes it perfectly.
Great touch. What an uncomfortable stance.
Yeah. Yeah, those little turnovers. I like that shot, though. Paige with a putt for 3. Oh, that looked in from here. Cat for birdie.
Dang.
This is such a tight green. I really hope we see some birdies on this the final round. It's tough as a first hole, though, because the green is so tight. And it's not a time that you necessarily want to push for birdies with such risk.
Well, it looks like everyone's tapping out their par, which is crazy because this ended up being our most difficult hole for the FPO division. All right, hole 2, 270 feet. We got our stone wall on the right side, OB all along the right side, all the way to the basket. A lot of backhand players are going to go for the hyzer flip or the flex shot with something stable, have it just go aim at those left side trees, have it just fade right to the basket or turn right to the basket. And then, of course, we're going to have our forehand players just throw something super straight.
I'm throwing a trace here. Looking for it to flex before those trees, but I do catch those trees, and we'll have a difficult approach. Cat with an H3V2 on a slight turn. A little bit low, but she skips up enough, she'll be inside the circle for a birdie. Paige with her soul. Looking for a slight turn, but misses both release angle and trajectory, and she is in those trees with me.
Definitely a weird misfire from Paige. Don't usually see that.
Maybe some nerves early here in the round, trying to get comfortable. Lisa with a Roadrunner flexes it,
Beautiful.
and she'll be just outside the circle. Paige with a tight gap here, and an uncharacteristic miss. I'm looking at a similar gap. Paige going pretty quick there. Just trying to get out of this hole, move on. There are lots of birdies ahead. And Lisa from outside the circle. It's pretty far up in elevation. Can't quite see it from the camera angle. So can Kat get this up high enough?
Yeah.
She does.
Nice.
Good recovery after that miss birdie opportunity on the last hole. She's using those new Ace Line P Model US. She just switched to them, I believe, this tournament. Seems to be working for
Oh,
her.
so I was just going to say, it seems like it's working.
Yeah, it's a slightly understable putter, similar to a PA4, but with a little bit more rounded edge. So she wants that carry for her putt.
Hole 3, 325 feet. You're actually teeing from out of bounds, so you're trying to get over this stone wall initially, and you're going to see some backhand players either throw a hyzer flip or a flex backhand with something overstable, having it fade out towards the basket. There is some elevation to this hole, so it may only be 325 feet, but it feels a lot longer just because you have to push so far uphill.
Cat with the box going X1. Overstable hybrid. Doesn't quite get the turn and gets a nasty kick left. I'm throwing a relay on a hyzer flip. Just trying to get up the fairway to scramble for my par. Leave it a little bit out left, and it fades right, and I'll have a long approach. Lisa with a Roadrunner. She takes she misses her line left, but she sneaks through all the trees and actually has an 80-footer. Paige going Raptor on a turn. Doesn't turn it quite as much. Again, this is the second day in a row. She doesn't quite get the turn.
Same mistake, but oh my god, legit same shot.
But yeah, she sneaks through, and she's got a look from just outside the circle.
Wow.
Cat in recovery mode. Get this thing close to the basket, and she gets it inside the circle. We'll see how her putt feels on hole 3.
Smooth.
Throwing a simple upshot with my spin. So flippy, I don't have to put much on it. And Lisa also giving it a safe run. There is quite a slope behind the basket, so if you're trying to like run at it hard, it could cost you. Which we saw Paige yesterday bogey this hole with that same putt, and today she canned it, so she's feeling it.
Whoa, sweet slow-mo, GK. Pretty. Nice comeback.
And Cat to save her par. It's good. Sometimes after a first missed putt, you know, it kind of fires
you up
to just make them all.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's check in on our leaderboard. We have Catrina moving up. Sarah still chilling. You guys are tied right there. Lisa and Paige sticking in there. Haley King, our young gun, moving up. Holly moving up too. Missy staying in there as well. Heather kind of struggling. And Jessica Weiss making a break for it. Hole 4, 250 feet. We are trying to make it through this tight gap right off the tee, and it's super downhill, so your disc actually glides pretty far and pretty fast. So touch is super important on this hole, making sure you end short and just have a nice little skip up to the basket. Some people are going to bail out left just to stay safe and not even mess with that OB long.
Paige with her Crystal Fierce. Early right.
A little off today.
Cat PA1. Also a little right down that hill. I'm trying to hit the gap with a tomahawk with an insanity. And same tree as Cat hit.
Come on, Lisa. Someone's got to make it through, right?
Lisa with her Sky God. And same tree.
Oh, my heart. No.
I always wonder if it's like the first person on the tee, if you know, we're just all affected by that early hit, and then we all just chunder.
If they're the ones that kill the vibes.
Right? It's a very important job, that first tee. Right? Like, you have the responsibility to your
to have
card
a good shot.
to throw the shot well. So we're all scrambling here, trying to get it close to the basket to give us a look.
Late release from Catrina. She's going to have a scramble putt.
Wish she would have thrown the sidearm, I think, maybe?
I hate that, like looking at it, throwing a shot, and then right after being like, oh, there was a completely different line I totally should have taken.
No doubt. Lisa getting pretty close. We're all putting for par from not particularly close. Cat with the death putt.
What a run, though.
Paige with a gap shot from just outside the circle. Also not happy with the release. I am just inside the circle with a downhill putt. And yeah. And Lisa, okay, here we go. Here's our par. And
No.
basket says nope.
No. 4s on 4?
Yeah, this was a pretty low moment on the lead card for a hole that we all know we can birdie, and then to all bogey it. Whew.
Didn't we talk about this yesterday, though, how this hole really, you know, no matter how skilled player you are, it's really like that one of those holes that just always like gets someone.
Yeah, I'm gonna be happy with a par.
Hole 5, 285 feet. So what they're showing right now is the left gap over the lake. Some players are going to take this forehand route or a turnover with a putter or a mid. But you're also going to see some ladies take the right side gap. It's obviously more wooded and it's more of a overstable driver skip shot. But it's definitely more safe and you don't bring the water into play.
Paige looking to correct a shot she threw yesterday with the same disc. Her Z Soul puts it up high with a little bit of turn, and she makes the correction. We'll have a look for birdie.
So here Catrina is taking that right side gap with something super overstable.
She's throwing her H1, and yesterday she threw a great shot, skipped all the way in, and it looks like she's got a similar look today. Throwing left gap on a hyzer with an insanity. A little short, but I'm on the green.
Yeah, it's a putt.
Lisa also going the right gap. Low skipper on a hyzer. Skippity, skip, skip, skip. All the way in there. She's got a long look. Cat with a nice layup.
Yeah, kind of tough from run it that far. You got the OB right behind it. Tough trees to get through.
Lisa also on the layup train. But Paige has a look inside the circle. Pretty tentative putt.
The release on her putt, look like I can see it. Like her hit's not there. It's weird.
And I am navigating this weird tree on my left side that's keeping my arm up.
I was about to say, what's up?
I should have straddle putted that. That was a silly choice. It totally just like, it totally changed my trajectory and that, you know. Whoops. Lesson learned.
Everyone tapping out pars. I mean, it's okay on this hole. You didn't go B, you didn't do anything dumb.
It's okay, but none of us are happy with it.
Hole 6, 320 feet. We got the stone wall going all the way down to the basket. And then we got the lake to the left. It doesn't come into play as often unless you kick there. A lot of women are going to throw something dead straight, a hyzer flip. We might see some really sweet forehands on this hole as well. You're trying to get to this small gap where you throw an upshot through this tunnel unless you get through it. We might see some jump putts, and we might see some regular putts if they get close enough.
Paige with her crystal fierce, throwing the hyzer flip. She gets good height and hits the gap. She'll have a look for birdie.
Beautiful. It takes so much control to throw that hyzer flip.
And Kat, who completely parked this yesterday with her M4, misses it high, wide, and she kicks in the water. Hopefully she gets that one back. I know that's been in her bag for a lot of years. I'm throwing a relay also on a hyzer flip up the right side. Get a little bit high. But
What?
sneaks in, and the rock wall stops me from going OB.
That's like the closest drive I've seen on this hole.
Lisa with a mid. Also kind of looking for that hyzer flip, but doesn't quite get the angle right. Hits a tree early and will have a really technical approach. That late gap makes it very difficult, and anything left like that is, there's not much.
It's a layup.
It's hard to even lay up from that position.
Totally.
Kat utilizing the sidearm, and she is inside the circle.
She's deadly. Oh, she is inside the circle. I was about to say she's deadly from right outside.
Lisa finding a spot to lay up to. And Paige with a birdie look. Oh, she almost got that. That's a tough putt. That hyzer putt coming in, it still needs to move left. So difficult to get a putter to move left off of a hyzer putt.
Yes.
First birdie of the round.
That's sick. Was anyone else able to birdie this other than you?
Good question.
Okay, Missy Gannon and Holly.
Okay.
But still, so sick.
Playing us a fifth difficult hole. So, you know, one of the more difficult shots out there to get the birdie on. And also, you know, causing a lot of bogeys because of that water on the left, the wall on the right. Danger, danger. So with that, I'm holding on to a lead at even par. Paige and Kat are on my heels. And we see Holly moving up through the leaderboard. Lots of great talent here in the women's field.
Hole 7, 275 feet. This hole is just dead straight tunnel shot. You don't want something to very right or very left. You want to throw something just dead straight with a little bit of fade if you're throwing the backhand. If you're throwing the forehand, I'm sure Sarah's going to throw something super straight as well. That doesn't vary either. But we're going to see a lot of birdies on this hole, hopefully. I mean, I saw a lot of birdies the other day. So curious what everyone's throwing.
making an adjustment from yesterday, throwing a little bit more stable relay and not trying to turn it quite as much. It does fade a little right, but I'm still close to the circle. Paige with a misfire right and gets a kick off the back side of the tree, leaving her in scramble zone. Lisa with a roadrunner, looking to flip it up the gap.
Ooh.
And she hits it perfectly.
2 days in a row, she's gotten really close on this hole.
And Kat with her M2, also looking to flip it up the gap. She pulls it right as well, but gets a kick left. And it is tough over there. There are a lot of small bushy trees and still a lot of big trees to navigate to get to the pin.
Beautiful approach from Paige.
This is actually Kat's third shot. And here I am just outside the circle, but with actually a straight look at the pin.
Banger. What?
Pretty
Sick.
stoked to hit that.
That's a sick bird.
And Lisa for the easy bird.
Whew. So you, Lisa, Missy, and Colleen were the only twos on this hole.
Shout out to Colleen coming all the way from AZ.
She actually just recently moved here.
What?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Well, there you go.
She's a
Never
local
mind.
now. She's a local.
Oh, good. I wondered. I was wondering why, how she was.
Yeah,
able
I
to
was
get all
wondering
way
the
out
same
here.
thing. Yeah, so all you people playing disc golf, Colleen Thompson, reach out to her. All right, hole 8, 275 feet. This actually isn't the one we tee from. We have a new diamond tee pad we play from. But it's more of a hyzer shot with a forehand if you have it, or the backhand throwers are going to throw either a mid or a putter. Of course, maybe a fairway. Depends on how far or how comfortable they are throwing over this water. Main thing, don't go in the water and don't go long. It's definitely a touchy shot.
I'm throwing a shock, it's an overstable fairway up the left side. Looking to put this close. Little deep, but I'm on the dance floor.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa also going with the sidearm. If you've got a sidearm on this hole, I think it is the play. Throws it a little bit low.
Go, 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 go.
Oh, man. And with the OB rules here, even though she did actually touch those rocks that are in bounds, any shots that land in the water go to the drop zone. Paige with the Crystal Fierce.
Go. Ooh.
On the green. Kat going with her PA1, looking for an extremely straight shot right at the pin. Yesterday she threw it low into the water. And today she also loses the distance at the end of this flight and will be playing from the drop zone.
Just looked like the air dropped from underneath it. There are all of our fake spectators in the crowd right there, all of our paper cutout people. It was fun to walk up to that hole.
Oh, dang it.
These baskets.
Paige for birdie. Cans it. Lisa and Kat to clean up their bogey. Do you like the new hole here?
The new diamond tee pad?
Yeah.
I definitely think it plays. I haven't played it well, but I think it plays easier for that forehand hyzer shot. But you gotta get it up. I think the main thing is like if you throw it a little too low, you're in the water, like we just saw. And that's exactly what I've been doing. Hole 9, 420 feet, straight uphill off the tee. It's definitely a tough tee shot if you throw on the backhand. If you hit low, you're hitting any of these stumps. So the main objective, get it high enough, straight enough. You want to try and land on top of this hill to where you can see the basket, but if you can get a little bit further where you can go actually for the basket onto the green, it's pretty great. I don't know if we're going to see many threes. It's definitely a tough hole for us. Main thing is just getting on this island green without going OB and taking your par 4. A par 4 feels great on this hole.
Yesterday there were no threes on this hole, but I think with a very skilled approach shot, it's there for the women. And Paige with her Crystal Fierce. Great shot right to the top of the hill.
She throws that thing so much.
I'm throwing a Vanish, which is a flippy distance driver, looking to clear the hill, move left, and then still hyzer back right. And I'm liking where that is.
This hole actually played as our second most difficult hole with even some 7s.
Lisa navigating that uphill tee pad with her Roadrunner, looking for it to flex a bit and then hyzer back left. And that puts her in a decent position to get a look at birdie.
Yeah, she'll be able to see the basket.
Kat with the conservative play with her PA1. Pushes that right side a little bit. And looks like she kicks left. So she still has not crested the hill. Plays the conservative layup to the bottom of the hill, which puts her in position for an easy 4. No stress. Paige going for the green here with her Soul. Pushes it a little far right. Oh. And she is out of bounds behind the basket.
I mean, going for the green, I mean, that's what you're going to get if you don't get on. You know what I mean? You're going to turn over too much. Or, oh my God, Lisa, yes.
Lisa with a little bit of a branch tickle, but ends up behind the basket for a look at birdie.
Beautiful approach.
I'm throwing an Envy with not enough speed. And that tree saved me from the OB.
Woo.
Still have a look at birdie.
I was about to say, still.
I was saying, why is that shot so hard?
Oh my gosh.
Because yesterday I threw it out of bounds from that same position. Maybe.
It's a touchy shot.
Sure is. So trying to get a birdie still.
Oh, I thought it was in. Come on, Sarah, we need the 3. We need the 3 so we can talk about the 3.
Okay, well maybe Lisa will do it.
Come on, Lisa.
Lisa with her KC AVRs. Come on. Bang, bang.
What?
There we go.
Nice.
There's the 3 we're
There we
all looking
go.
for. Lisa's showing us how it's done. Her approach game is always really good, and she also has a great putt. So here we go, giving her Paige from her out of bounds lie. Man, she doesn't have much from that angle.
Oh.
She'll be tapping in a bogey.
Yeah, Lisa and Heather Young were the only ones to take the birdie 3 on this hole.
And that concludes the front 9 of round 2 of the MVP Open, brought to you by MVP Disc Sports and GK Pro. I have a nice lead at -5. Paige is behind at -1. Lisa at even. Kat at +1. And we still have a very exciting back 9 to see how the second round moving day ends up for the FPO ladies.